This is your average all-in-one inkjet printer.
I'm not average. I'm brother MFC J889.
There are a lot of things to hate about printers, but the constant running out of expensive ink is pretty up there.
Michelin star magenta. This tastes so good because it's $50.
And this is why you should never buy a cartridge inkjet printer ever again.
Wait, what?
Printers, especially inkjet printers, have been destroying our lives, well, forever. These cartridges are always running out of ink and then cost a small fortune to replace.
So I went in search of a solution. Over the last few weeks, I've tested 10 different printers because, well, I love printers and I hate printers. It's complicated.
Look, there is no such thing as a great printer. There are only tolerable printers. But in testing all of these, I concluded that if you're in the market for a new printer, you should get a laser printer or a relatively new type of printer called an ink tank printer. Here's why, and the best ones to get.
Hey, maybe you want to stop watching this video? What about Friends? Go watch an episode of Friends.
Let's start with the ink tank printers. This is the Epson EcoTank ET2760. And while it might look like a regular old inkjet printer, it has one major difference. It holds a lot of ink inside it. No old school cartridges. Included in the box are bottles of ink, which the company says will last you up to 2 years. So when you first set this up, you fill up these tanks here with the assigned ink. It's pretty easy and not as messy as you'd expect.
And the final cyan.
The ink only comes out when placed on this mechanism.
You can hear the ink.
Then once the tanks are full, you can start printing. And printing, and printing, and printing.
Yeah, but can it fax?
Now here's the great part of this. Gone are the days of constantly monitoring your ink and replacing with expensive cartridges.
Let's do some math, because math and printers, what a thrilling combination.
Take this regular Epson Workforce inkjet printer. It costs $150. Its black ink cartridge costs $20, and this color package costs $34. So $54 really for all of it. Now look at the yield, the fancy printer term for the number of pages. You get about 350 black pages and 240 color pages. Now let's look back at the Epson ink tank cost. The printer costs $300. The ink in there can print up to 7,500 black pages and 6,000 color pages. To print that amount with the old school Epson inkjet, you'd need to buy more than 20-something of those cartridges, which would cost you more than $1,000. I'm thinking $150 more for the printer up front makes a lot more sense, especially if you print a lot. And the replacement ink bottles, when you do eventually run out, are super cheap, $13 to $20 a bottle. All the major printer makers make ink tank printers now. I tested one from each company and liked the Brother Ink Vestment and the Epson EcoTank the best. And by best, I mean they get my Tolerable Printer Award. Brother doesn't require you to fill the ink yourself. It comes in these, well, I won't call them cartridges, which is nice. It also had slightly nicer print quality than the Epson, and it had a touchscreen, but it doesn't come with as much ink as the Epson.
I bet none of them tell you which way to put in the glossy photo paper.
By the way, all of these are all-in-ones, meaning you get a printer, scanner, and copier all in one.
Are you sure you don't want to fax?
Now, an ink tank really only makes sense if you need color. But if you only really want to print in black and white, there's another option.
A laser printer. One of these is best if you just want to print black and white really, really fast. Take this $170 Brother HLL 2395DW. It printed the first 50 pages of the NASA Apollo 11 flight plan in 1 minute and 36 seconds.
Look at this. Look at this nice photo of these guys.
This HP I tested took a minute longer, and all those ink tank printers took at least 4 minutes.
Slow but steady wins the race. I read that on Pinterest.
But toner for a laser printer isn't cheap. It costs $77 for the toner for this Brother, which has a yield of 3,000 pages. And go back to that Epson ink tank again, and you'll remember that included 7,500 black pages in the $300 price of the printer. Still, if you want to go the laser route, this brother is my top choice.
Oh, brother. So, there you have it. A few good printers to buy. And the end of printers taking all your money and all your cartridges.
You're always saying Control P, Command P. Hey, you try to Control P at my age. My prostate isn't exactly what it used to be.